I hope those of you online can see me this evening. I am Mazes, okay? I hope we can hear me loud and clear. So let me see. Sorry, pardon me. Let me quickly go to the channel and see if I can. Yes, I am on. Okay. So, this evening, I can see the number of people watching. We are growing as usual. Good evening, and welcome to the evening broadcast. If possible, can you like the video? Can you share the video? And for this conversation this evening, I will try as much as possible not to make the conversation a very long one because it's late here. Is 22:22. That's 22 minutes past 10. The only reason why I came online to speak to us is because I know that many of you are in the diaspora, have their day. Since morning, I believe that many of you must have seen what is happening in Nigeria, where people that have come out to protest are being maltreated. And I think the reason I want to lend my voice, no matter how late it is in the evening, is very simple. Because an injustice to one is an injustice to every one of us. It's an injustice to all. It is unbelievable to note that in the year 2021, it's virtually a crime for people to come out and air their views. And, in so many WhatsApp forums, I decided not to speak at some point because it appears you're speaking to the brick wall. And the saddest part, and this is the one that saddens me, is that many of our citizens have already cowed. They've already caved in. Here you are, you have a government that was a product of protests, both in 2014 and thereafter. Sorry, 2012, 2013, 2014, a product of protest. Buhari, El-Rufai, former CBN Governor Lamido Sanusi Lamido, Lai Mohammed, all of them went on the street to protest. No one arrested them, no tear gas was fired. Since when has it become a crime for citizens to protest? Hence the title of this evening conversation. When has it become a crime for citizens to protest? And my thinking now is that the government is actually now provoking the youth. I saw this guy called Macaroni, the comedian, that he was arrested. And I read a report this evening where the commissioner of police, Lagos State, is denying that they did not arrest. And I'm like, are you people normal? How can you deny that you never arrested a man that we all saw his video? Even the Dumana, even the video that, those videos I saw, they weren't humane at all. They dehumanized him and every other person that they arrested. You treat I don't know, on international scene, people talk about, the crime against Black, the white does this, but what we do to ourselves as Black people, what we do to ourselves is outrageous. Everyone, they have the right to protest. What I had expected when I saw the movement of, the paramilitary, the police yesterday, I had expected a situation whereby I say, okay, you can protest, but you wouldn't obstruct the traffic. I had expected a place how they can maybe cordon off one lane and ask, oncoming and outgoing traffic to use other lanes. At least grant them that desire that they have to protest, they have to air their views. You see, why I'm saying that government is provoking citizens, this is how it starts. It's just like any one of us who has a baby. Your baby say, Daddy, what is this? He says, shut up there. The baby keeps quiet. Daddy, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. When you keep shouting people down, that individual begins to bottle anger. It comes to a point that this anger that they are bottling will spill over. It is time that the government begins to think and begins to be humane to people. What they are doing currently is so inhumane and is so not good. It's so not good. Because at the end of the day, you look at what is happening. For instance, I've been going through a lot of, let me share my screen. Let me share my, Twitter screen here so that maybe some of you would understand better. Some of you who haven't had the opportunity and privilege to go through or scan through some of the Nigerian website would understand what I mean here. What is the crime of the people, right? You are arresting your fellow citizens. What is their crime? Their crime is because they're asking you, why would you open a toll gate where they know that they lost colleagues, they lost friends? And this issue of the initial NSAS that you said you've stopped SARS and SWAT, you haven't actually told the people what you have done afterwards. You haven't. There is no update. Now, 3 months or 4 months is gone by. No, 4 months actually, October 20th, November, December, January, February. Exactly. Next week, Sunday, is going to be exactly 4 months. And there is no direction. There is no direction. How did we come and become, how did the government turn out to be a government of death? A government that listens to no one, a government that, everything that they do is just about anti-clockwise. Never do anything that probably will make sense to anyone. But here we are. Just individuals are being, honestly, sometimes I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm just trying so hard. I'm just trying so hard not to sound as if, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't. Sorry. But if you do, help me out. But I don't. Because I do not get it. Let me share my screen so that it would probably help some of us to understand what I mean here. Okay. Look at these people. This is now my screen, right? And this is what when you look at this, you see the tweets people are making, and you can see how individuals, your fellow citizens, are being arrested. You can see how, and this one here, really, I think is the one that really touched me. Where is the audio? Let's listen to it. Yeah, let's listen to this one. Again, yeah, listen now. So hold on. These individuals were arrested. Let me play that again. These individuals, just to give us a little bit background here, these individuals were arrested, and they are being questioned. The reporters there are asking them questions, and look at what they will say. Listen to this. So what it means in Nigerian context, right? What it means in Nigerian context, anyone that you see around any protest ground is a criminal and should be arrested and bundled like a criminal, right? You look at Arise TV crew, they even have a bulletproof vest. That is to tell you because, probably to them, they never know if their staffs will start flying. Like the way they said that in the case of Lekki, that people, they only fired blank ammunitions in the air and people apparently died. So if people were apparently hit, or rather, not even apparently, because we saw people who were shot. So does it mean that those people were flying? They were returning from covens after having some spiritual meetings, and they were flying across the Atlantic, or flying across the toll gate. And you think you're listening to a Harry Potter movie once you think about these things happening in Nigeria. Let's see what this one has to say. So this is again Mr. Macaroni. I think it's called Akin Kanjo Okunirinogun, right? So people are really protesting. People are really basically protesting for his release. Now, it's not about him. Let's not make it about him, but I think it should be about every single Nigerian, that every single Nigerian has a right. People have the right to protest. People have the right to, to do whatever, just like I have. It doesn't matter if that happened in the Southeast, in the Southwest, in the South, in the Northeast, in the North. It doesn't matter. You have the right as a citizen to air your view in any way you want. The duty of the state is for the state to provide you security for people not to infiltrate your protests. That is what should be happening. Now, people have taken on Twitter to actually air their views to say, okay, if it's Boko Haram, you call them for negotiations and you call them for, for whatever you call them for conversations. But if it's the youth who are law abiding, their crime and their crime only is that they basically said enough is enough. And here is a comparative picture where someone, is saying, that is Omoloye Josh saying that the first picture here, this is the one on the right, is, sorry, the one on the left where it says enforcement, people that have been put in Black Maria. This is what they said. Unarmed peaceful protests demanding justice for butchered young Nigerians are being taken away. They've been put in Black Marias. And on the right, Ashebi and VIP treatment for terrorists and murderers. But no matter how you look at it, that is true. That is the true Nigeria. That is the true Nigeria. People are just demanding. Look at them. People just come demanding and they'll be yanked, just taken away. You ask yourself, how did we get here? I think this one cracked me up. This guy is nothing but Usain Bolt. He really gave the policeman a run for his naira. You can say that. The policeman. I think we should get him. He should probably do a Lagos State Marathon. So happy Sunday, everyone. May I know where you are watching me from? I can see here, Mazi, happy Sunday from here. So I don't know where you're watching me from. I have Justice Ani. who says he can hear me clearly. BD Grace Stanley. Just keep liking and sharing the video. Like the video, because when you like the video and the YouTube algorithm makes it possible for others to discover the video and come out and join us to watch this video. Okay. Yes, I think someone's saying happy Sunday. Maybe, are you not aware that there are people who are Sunday? Someone, Avinu Chai says happy Sunday. Yeah, there are people already in their Sundays. Go figure out. I think, Southeast Asia is already in their Sunday. People in Southeast Asia, I think Singapore, Malaysia, Japan, obviously way ahead of us, the way we are ahead of Americans. So some of you who jokingly said that if rapture comes, you go before the Americans. That's a joke anyway. So Abraham Uzama says, wow, Nigeria, the capital of Zoo. Yeah, Mazi, good evening from London. Okay, Kazim Joba. Kazim, thank you very much. How is London today? I heard it's so cold. Watching from Sweden. Wow, that's good. So it's good. That's what I'm saying. In as much as, I know none of you are you're not going to go to party. I am now your party because we are converging online to have a conversation. Corona is not allowing anyone to go to what some of the countries call discotheque, or disco. No one is going out, so we are here. Oh, keep fit. Of course, I am. I am keeping fit. You know how many steps I do every day. Okay, and this is where the Nigerian system gets you. Now, look at this guy with the machete. This is someone, just a gentle reminder, someone who was seen with machete in the first NSAS protest, yet until today, this young man has not been arrested. But here we are, arresting those who basically, some of them are just people going on their foot, not even part of the protest, okay? Not even part of the protest, but they are, and every one of us is keeping quiet. The only reason why I'm dedicating and I'm doing this conversation, this evening is to register my own disgust and displeasure. I do not bloody care what the government thinks. I mean, we all cannot be arrested in one day. Even if they want to do, then good luck, then go build more prison. I mean, not in good conscience, because any of these younger ones could be my child, could be my brother, could be my sister. It doesn't matter. We all human. All they are demanding is to be treated right. I mean, is that too much to ask for? Someone is asking, please do not shoot me. Is that, I don't know, it's something so basic and something so fundamental. Saying, do not kill me. Is that too much to say, please do not kill me? I don't know. I see someone is saying, please, I have a question. Why is the Black Maria carrying LCC and not Nigeria? And I think somebody probably have to educate me on this. Even what is the meaning of freaking LCC? Is it Lagos Concession Company or Lagos Correction Company? I don't know. Or is it Lekki Concession? Can someone please tell me what is the freaking meaning of this LCC? And to make matters worse, I think some of you must have seen where they, after arresting the individuals, okay, see the young man I was talking about here before, you see his machete, yet he was, with all these pictures being posted everywhere, they were not able to arrest him. With all these pictures posted everywhere, they are not able to arrest him. Look at them. People we need in the Zambeza forest. People will need in the forest of the East, in the forest of the West, in the forest of the Midwest to go fish out those deadly killer herdsmen. No, they will not, but they will only all have erection when they will only have erection when they see young, innocent, hardworking Nigerian youth coming out to protest. And people talk about, but they burned Lagos the last time. I said, had the police not, or had the military not fired a single shot that night, would that have gone out of control? Would that have gone out of control? The answer is no. But, without supporting the destruction of property, but I think, sorry, when you shot people, someone sees his friend that he came to the protest ground with bleeding profusely, and you appear not to help, you think that person will just keep quiet. So let's get to the root of this LCC. I think Maurice Samuel is trying to make sense here, but I'm trying to, is a special purpose vehicle set up for execute the Lekki Tollgate Road Concession Project and the operation of the Lekki Tollgate Link Bridge. No. Maurice, you haven't answered the question. The question is, what is the meaning of the acronym LCC? Is it Lekki Concession Company or Lagos Corporation? I don't know. So just help us. That's what we are saying. I've seen that the video, or rather the vehicle, that people were pushing for that to start, but I do not know what that means. I mean, I have to be honest and I have to be fair here. I do not know what that means. David Okafor says, good evening, Mazi, watching from Germany. Did I say to you, guten Abend? Hoffe, alles geht euch gut? Yeah. Okay. So, Maurice Samuel, can you try again, please? Can you tell us, okay, Lekki Concession Company. I'm not that daft after all. Thank you very much, Maurice. Maurice, you've won yourself 100 naira. You won yourself 100 naira for today. That's Njenje Media giveaway. You earned your, Avinu Chai. I think Maurice beat you to that. So Maurice, on this platform, we owe you 100 naira for a job well done, for answering the questions very well. So if you don't need that money, you can nominate someone whom we may wish to recharge the equivalent of that, on their mobile telephone network in Nigeria. So, coming back to the thing here is, it is indeed something very, very heartbreaking. And while that is happening, there is another thing happening in Oyo that is very, that worries me. And again, as if I knew this was happening, or this was going to happen. That's if so, some of you who this is Lekki Conservation Center. As if I knew this was going to happen. If you followed my conversation yesterday, I spoke about the danger of misinterpreting what is going on in Nigeria. And already, as you can see on the screen, it appears that there is this fracas happening in Oyo, where the Northerners now again, and that is what I don't like, generic, saying every Northerner should vacate. I do not like it, and I cannot support it. This is going to lead us into something that might consume all of us. This is building up to something very sinister. Please, I implore us, anyone that can listen, that can hear me, please, I encourage us, please, let us stop this before it gets out of hand. Please, I beg us, let us stop this before it gets out of hand. Because when I look at this, it breaks my heart in two parts. Why? Because this is not whom we are. Yes, there are people that have invaded the various forests, and like I analyzed yesterday, where the governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed, saying that because the killer herdsmen are being attacked, that's why they move with AK-47 in order to defend themselves. That is, I said it yesterday, I'll repeat it again. It is absolutely nonsense. That statement is nothing but nonsense. It doesn't hold water. What is good for the goat can also be good for the sheep. So if they are allowed and they could do that, then other people have to as well do the same. Abraham Ozoma says, Mazi, I have to tell you something about the zoo. I was in Nigeria this month and I took my car from Lagos to Aba after I delivered from the wharf. Believe me, Mazi, I spent over 70,000 naira to reach East, I believe. 70,000 naira. That must be a very big car, and I believe you, probably there was some hanky-panky in the clan. Anyway, but I'm not disputing what you said. I've experienced the same as well. So I pity those of you who still drive on the road from Lagos to the East. Me, I no be me and Donna. You know, go see me for that because I wouldn't do it. Even if you pay me 1 million naira, I would not do it because that is a clear definition of insanity, and I would not engage in such. So let's look at this video. Let's listen to this video. Because at some point, the youth had to so at some point, you know, the youth had to now say enough is enough. And you can see it even when they are being arrested, they are still making their signs and saying this is not correct. We are not going to allow this. They hear that. I said the government. Governments don't know what they are doing. They are going to get the people to a point where they will no longer. You see, she's speaking from the heart. She is speaking from the heart. She's still being very, very respectful in the midst of what has happened. She's still being very, very respectful, because you can see that she is still being very, very respectful, saying, Shawolusa, you are not allowed to open this target because you have not accounted for my friends who lost their lives in this target. So that is, you know, I don't know. Okay, this is probably the last video I'll play for us. And this is Macaroni. Look at him here, being whisked away. Now tell me, after watching this video, if you honestly would say you're proud the way your country treats our citizens. Look, what is their crime? Look at that young man there is Macaroni, the one on red. You know, the one that always does the sketch. You're doing well. Look at it. There is no mess. There is no mess, for Christ's sake. So you can look at that. Now, look at them. This one on the right is walking free. The one on the right is walking free. Look at him here. He's walking free. Look at his machete. Coming, this is Alausa Lagos State. October last year, he's still a free man today. But these ones on the left, what's their problem? Because they came to say, we still need justice. And you just attack them. Just bundle them like criminals. You know, just bundle them like criminals. As this, says here, say no to oppression. Say no to dictatorship. Listen, we all will die one day. So for those of you, again, honestly, I keep saying it, I have to speak up. Whenever injustice is done, I have to speak up, because for you to keep quiet today because you are not in Lagos, for you to keep quiet today because when the Shiite march in Kaduna, you are not in Kaduna, when the people of Agatu cry, for you to keep quiet because you're not from Agatu, and when the massacre in Aba in 2016 happened, for you to keep quiet, for you to keep quiet when it happened in Mbo, or for you to keep quiet when it happened in Oyo State, or you keep quiet when it happened in Bayelsa, one day, in your mutinous, in your not speaking up, one day, there might be no one left to speak for you. A popular quote, I can't remember by whom again, because it's been attributed to so many scholars. In the time of the Nazi Germany, they came for the Jews, and no one spoke because he wasn't a Jew. They came for the doctors, the lawyers, the priests, the reverends, the professors. There were none of them. Sadly, when it was their turn, they had no other option because there was no other person there to speak for them. Again, look at this, read this tweet. I will say nothing on this tweet, but make of it whatever you want. Okay? This is Femi saying that he is delighted to have met his friend that he has always engaged in verbal missile with. Read it, make whatever you want out of it. These are men that, see, with all this tear gas, you can imagine, all these tear gas they have, why wouldn't a headsman be scared? A headsman be scared of this tear gas if they use this tear gas to say, listen, you are destroying this farm, get away now, or we'll fire this tear gas. Because once they fire this tear gas, even the cow and everybody will move away. But here we are, no one talks about it. We are not outraged enough. Our anger is still, we are still hiding somewhere, not angry enough to say, to demand that we be treated right, because we are human beings, that we should be treated right. I mean, it's not too much to ask for. Again, the government, in my estimation, is building up and making sure that the people will get angry to a point. Okay, I would once more share this with us as well, because this is a clear case of how, how hypocrisy is. I will show us the picture again of Buhari when he protested. Look at his picture here. This is when Buhari was protesting. You can see on his left is Ogbonnayan, and in the middle is Muhammadu Buhari. Here is the former APC chairman, I think Oyegun, and I believe on the right here is SLS or whatever, Samido Lamido, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, SLS, I think, and this is indeed sad. But here you come down, you found that your citizens, your fellow citizens who have done virtually nothing, are being arrested. Their crime. Again, you can see them people here. One, you are bundling them up. The other one, the same people protested. Here you have, here you have people protesting, basically. That's what it is. And we have a nation, and we all should keep quiet. You can keep quiet if you want. But I guarantee you, I wouldn't. I wouldn't keep quiet, because that injustice strive is that good men say nothing. That good men, just zip it and think it doesn't concern me. I was alarmed because I told and I said it and I'll repeat it then. When the shooting of Aba 2016 happened, and I saw a child that was hit by a stray bullet, the child that was coming back from school with a backpack, running away, and that bullet hit that child. And I tell any parents that think, oh, it doesn't concern me because my children doesn't live in Aba or anywhere. No, this is a stray bullet. It could be you. It could be your son. Imagine you just come back home with your children, wherever you are. You live in a safe haven in Canada. You live in a safe haven in Germany. I don't care. But you come back. You know how inquisitive children could be when they hear that noise. They might just want to start peeping out. Oh, what's happening, Daddy? What's going on there? Let's go look. And bang. What stops us from ensuring that people who ought to, and people who should be governing us, and people who we are giving bullets and guns to protect us must be people that have their senses intact? I want to see a time when a police officer will be told to go and do XYZ, and that police officer will say, no, I'm not going to do it because these are my people. Now I understand one of the conversations I had with the Chetawans, many of you can go back and watch that video, which was titled the Igbo West versus the Igbo East. A very deep conversation that took about 2 hours. It became apparently clear why we have the mess we have today. Because we have the police structure we have today because of our Aba women riot. Aba women riot. Because when the constabularies were drafted to go to Aba, they were drafted from Enugu, right? On getting to Aba, they saw women protesting that they have affinity with. They saw their mothers, they saw their daughters, they saw their sisters. They couldn't shoot. There was no casualty. They couldn't. So when the British noticed that, oh, okay, because these people, you have this tendency not to kill your own people, what did they do? They had to go to the West, and they went to the Middle Belt to get another set of people and draft them to Aba. That resulted in having casualties both ways. Now, tell me for 1 second, if all the policemen, that's because when some of us talk about state police, these are things that you have to know. If all the police and those in Lagos State are from Lagos State, or rather from Southwest, governing and policing Southwest, you think you ask someone to come to Lekki knowing that your son, your daughter, your sister's son, your sister's daughter could be among those. You think you come and ask them to open fire their will? No, they won't, because they know they could be shooting themselves. But hey, part of the reason the structure is so screwed, part of the reason the structure is so messed up is because of this, I'm telling you. Have you seen, I don't know where you live. You might live in Berlin, but have you seen a police officer in Berlin that will come from Munich? No. Have you seen a police officer in, let's say you live in Manchester, but he comes from Scotland, without having Manchester as, a place of abode, a place you live within a community? People know, this number 12 is a policeman and he is part of this community. He is part of the neighborhood watch. No. But here we are. All we want to do is all keep quiet. Your fellow citizens, their rights are being abused. They've been arrested unjustly because that's what it is. They've committed no crime. It is not a crime to come out to voice. So what would the government then prefer? maybe the government would then now prefer that they suddenly carry arm and close the Lekki toll gate, then we'll call for negotiations. Is that what we want? But we could have gone for negotiations. What stops the Lagos state government, for Christ's sake, going there and address them as humans? There is a way you address, the younger ones. They would see reasons with you. But no. He was busy buying corn, Mr. Pointer, pointing at the bullet on his way to the toll gate. Mr. Pointer, that's all we do. Kengi says, Lagos State belongs to the Benin. The Yoruba people betrayed the Benin. Listen, let's not even go there. When we talk about serious things, people come back with this ethnic rubbish. Huh? Just like when some of us say Lagos State is why should we keep insulting people? I mean, come on, let's move away from these things. We're talking about we talk about the existential threat. Your rights have been trampled, and who cares who owns Lagos? Who cares if Lagos is Eko or Bini people? Come on now, let's not engage in such mundane conversation, please. Okay, people, I will take a couple of questions. One, and I want that this video not to be long. Some of you say that sometimes my videos are long, but it has to. And on that note, I won't be taking calls this night. Nothing can be done. One Nigeria for you. Listen, the Nigeria don't tire everybody. The only thing that is still holding people together is the inability of the southern Nigeria to agree on something. I know a lot is going on the background, a lot of conversation, but the moment they do, because everyone is being set up for, if the Southwest goes now, the whole nation can gang up against them if it is the Southeast or whatever. Listen, before you get to that point, I wish federal government is not infested with Avonte. Avonte was like air infection. I wish they're not infested with air infection. That you can be, that's why I found it a little bit insulting. You can't be talking about 2023, whether Southeast, South presidency come to the South or whatever, and you're ignoring the basic thing that the nation is sitting on a keg of gunpowder. And beside the keg of gunpowder, and that is the most critical one, you have a gas cylinder leaking, and you have PMS, or what's it called, petrol, at the same time pouring on the floor. So just anything, even a very scorching sun can just boom, the whole place would explode. And the things happening does not give people confidence. The things happening does not give people confidence because there is no governance anywhere. Huh? There is no governance. People come out to protest, you arrest them. What's their crime? Nothing. They've done absolutely nothing. So why are we behaving this way? Why? Mazi, why do you think that Lagos state government is behaving the way are behaving now with peaceful protesters? Well, one of the reasons could be that they don't want people to burn the infrastructure the way it was burned the last time. But again, it could, as I've said before, without mincing word, and I will repeat it again, the destruction of infrastructure that happened in Lagos was orchestrated by the government. If the government had protected the protesters without invading it with foreign bodies, without invading them with thugs, without sending the military to shoot, to kill, to disarm, if government didn't do that, the protest was still peaceful. People were partying. It was partying. You never saw such peaceful protest in Nigeria before until the government brought in their dubious and paid agent. You and I are living witnesses. We saw how DSS vehicles in Abuja, we are moving around with sticks, destroying protesters' car. We saw it. A national protest that was genuinely meant by being done by the younger generation, people who understood digital currency, that they've incidentally CBN has banned cryptocurrency, and then think like, Jesus Christ. Listen, I told someone, if we had people thinking in CBN should be thinking of how to float their own virtual currency, their own currency, cryptocurrency. You can call it the nine coin or whatever. I didn't finish that conversation yesterday. Today, I had a news coming that the CBN has suspended the ban. I said, no, suspend them. You know how many thousands people are making from trading cryptocurrency? Of course, when people make movements from fiat currency to these platforms many people use, I don't want to call them because I'm not advertising for them, but what I'm trying to say is, you see things that the government does that are not well thought out. These are policy somersaults from the government. Policy somersault. They do A today, tomorrow they do B. They do A today, tomorrow they do B. That is not a way you run government. So at the end of the day, I think Loud Base, can't remember who asked that question. So that's my candid opinion. Yeah, Justice, think, what are you and Chief Dele together with Njiko Akaomun trying to achieve in the South? And I'm interested, thanks. Well, we're driving a conversation of the South. We are driving a conversation. Why the government is driving a conversation that is going to hurt everybody? We are driving a conversation to say, can we talk to ourselves? We are engaging in a shouting match, trying to find who asked that question, but I appear not to see the person again. Well, I think, hold on. Okay, yes, that's Loud Base. Oh, Loud Base, I think I've answered your question. However, I don't think that is enough for me. Money entertainment, if Nigerian came out in their numbers, they will not be able to arrest everybody. Of course, they will not. Even today, they didn't arrest everybody, though, and that must be said. Some people eventually defied even the arrest and still went ahead to protest. And that's the way civilized people do it. People say they are not happy. Grant them that avenue to come, vent their anger, and after venting their anger, they will go home. Yeah, they will go home. But the moment you begin to do this, because no one who saw that video of macaroni where they were all topless and packed like sardine, no one who saw that will not get angry. And when people get angry, even people who were not thinking of joining the protest before, they will join the protest. They will suddenly, people who, I wouldn't probably be speaking about Lekki today. I have better things to do, but I wouldn't be speaking and discussing about Lekki if not the videos and the clips that I saw that really got me angry to say, no, now these are fellow human beings. Now, because we must draw a baseline. The baseline here is that we are all human. And in our humanity, we must find a way to look out for each other. This conversation where ethnicity overshadows the whole conversations that we have, it's something that we need to probably checkmate and find a way that that should not be the case. I think I might have to find another video. Hold on. where that girl spoke. Okay, so now look at what the police are doing here. I think I got to play this one for you. So you see, Nigeria sometimes you can be, you can, okay, look at this. We're talking, and you might be still be talking, and you look at this, see this. This is Sheikh Gumi on the left. Okay, this is Sheikh Gumi on the left, and on the right is, no, on the bottom beneath Sheikh Gumi with bandits. Now, why won't you get angry if you look at this picture? The first picture top left is Sheikh Gumi with bandits. People who have killed, raped, destroyed life, properties. Now you're sitting down, you want to negotiate with them. The three other picture, two right, one left bottom, are hardworking fellow citizens who came out today in Lagos, being the 13th day of February, to say, we demand answers from what happened in Lekki, October 2020. And this is how we treat them. This is how we treat them. It is indeed sad. I'll leave us with this, and I'll leave the government with this. The society that we abuse today, not me, you, the government, be it Lagos state government, be it the federal government, I'll leave you with this. The society that you empower, you have the authority, you have the power to make changes that affect life and generations. The society that you abuse today will take its toll, if not on you, on your children. Let's be careful the way we treat others because we are in power. Nothing stops us from having a normal conversation without arresting anyone, without beating up anyone. And at the same time, I leave the Nigerian law enforcement agents with this. Bear in mind that these your children that you abuse in this manner, fighting for you, saying that the 10,000, the 40,000, 50,000 you are being paid is not enough. Rather than say thank you to them, you are there abusing them when they are fighting on your behalf, when they are fighting for you. What manner of human beings are you? Is it because of the way and manner the trainings you've been given that makes you react in this way? Because it defies logic, it defies common sense, it defies commonsensical thinking that you are fighting and siding the oppressor just because of crumbs. Would you have lost all of you that went to Lekki today, eventually before the CP denied that no one was arrested? Would you have all lost your job if you had decided to say, for this, we have come here, the duty and the Constitution, even when fraudulent, says that we have come here to defend the rights of the citizens. Granted, if anyone is being disruptive, destroying anything, yes, arrest the individual. I do not support anyone destroying anything. Of course, that's your job. Arrest the individual. But people also must have the right to protest, to say, I do not agree with this. Then I have the right to protest. I have the right to say, this thing doesn't sit well with me. That's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, no matter how you look at it, those that have gone, you've yanked into prison today, I know by Monday, many of them will be out because you have no ground. Anyway, you just basically being very stupid. You have no ground to hold them. I know they will get their lawyers. If when it gets to contributing money, count me in, we will get the money and they will all come out. But know that you are abusing the society. And enough should be enough for the abuses that you give your citizens. Abuses that you give your citizens. I take one or two comments, then I call it a day. 3 more minutes so that I'll close. Loud bass, thank you for your clarification. Okay. Edwin Ezekwem, and maybe the day they will see a picture of an Igbo politician with them and they will call for a head. What a country. Mazi, there is another set of protesters they backed. They backed out today. They call themselves Defend Lagos. Lagos Alabi. Oh, that's true, actually. Defend Lagos. So what happened to them? I didn't actually pay attention to them because I remember one day, I think they did a face cap. They did a face cap saying Defend Lagos. I don't know. Can anybody tell us what happened to Defend Lagos? I didn't see them come out to defend Lagos. Maybe nobody paid their transportation money. You know, those type of protesters don't come out unless they see a lot on their account. Mm. Unless they see account on a lot on their account. Mm. Kazim Jones Ajoba says all the people arrested today have been released. I hope so, but the arrest ab initio is in bad taste. It makes the government look like they are not tolerating dissenting voices. They don't tolerate other, people opposing their views. Everybody must not be a government hallelujah singer. There must be people who are critical thinkers who say, well, they don't agree to what you're doing. But again, here we are. Mazi last night, the leader published on Twitter, go back down. I don't know. Well, on that note, I'll say thank you very much for joining me this evening conversation. Please share this video, like this video, and give it a thumbs up. On that note, I will say have a wonderful evening. We will hopefully see again very soon, and have a blessed evening. I remain Mazia Ezoke, signing out.